Welcome back.
I know, it's been a long time. Wow.
Yes, I know. Look at my fucking face.
It looks like I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looks like you've been lost on an island for 3 months.
So how are you been? It's been a long time.
It's been a very long time, yeah.
It's been a couple months.
When was our last episode? I should check that.
I want to say it was like before Halloween.
I don't think we did an episode. Did we do an episode in October?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
It's been a long time.
It has been a long time. What the hell, dude?
So I guess we'll probably explain where we've been for the last 3 months, right? Yeah. Wow, yeah, our last episode was October 6th. So
okay, I thought it was October.
That's crazy.
Hell?
I think that's my fault. But I'll do the intro. It's been a while since I've done the intro. I guess we could fill you guys in on what's been happening.
Let's do it.
Oh, what is the intro again? I think I Here we go. Welcome to History of Popcorn. Consider this your secret public movie club. We are a podcast that celebrates all things movies. We give you the latest industry news as fresh and organic as we can. We do movie reviews and we discuss just about everything movies. We have new episodes every week. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. We also have a visual episode on YouTube. So hello if you're on the visual episode. We are your hosts. I'm Elijah.
I am Justin. I'm just imagining like Price is Right type music playing right now.
If you happen to hear any snaps, crackles, or pops during this, or see anything visual disturbing, it's because we do our sessions through Zoom. But we're happy you're here. But I guess I should explain the main reason why we haven't been on in like 3 months is mainly me, because October I was traveling a lot, and we had a lot of plans to do Halloween stuff. Like there's an exclusive that Justin filmed about the Universal monsters that's coming out that you guys can look forward to. That has not been released yet, but you have that to look forward to.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I have yet to post that. But October, I traveled a lot. November, I was sick for like half of it, which was insane. But I'm a lot better now. And then, so that was like half of November. And then the holidays came around to December-ish and like Thanksgiving and stuff. And I stayed here in Vegas. And then now we're in January. So that's why we haven't had an episode in 3 months. It's my fault. Mostly because Justin was ready multiple times and I was not.
I'm usually always ready.
Well, since it's a whole new year, I haven't even said Happy New Year on the podcast yet. Wow.
Oh, Happy New Year!
Yeah, this is so it's a whole new year. It's a whole last year. 2023 is now happening currently. So me and Justin wanted to take this time for our first episode of the year to talk about our favorite movies of last year, 2022. So we compiled a list, and that's what we're going to be talking about. Did you get all 10? The top 10 list?
I don't have a solid 10. I just kind of because I couldn't really. It was really hard to
remember them all.
No, not remember them all. It was really hard to number them. So I'm just gonna like I do have a favorite movie of the year, but everything else is just kind of like there's not really a number to it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's get into our countdown. So yeah, there's a huge disclaimer. There's a lot of movies we haven't seen. Like we both haven't seen The Whale, but we're both trying to see it really soon. There's just a lot of movies we haven't seen.
Don't expect Top Gun Maverick or Avatar on my list.
What?
I'm just
Did you see Way of Water?
I've not.
Okay, well there you go.
I need to rewatch the first one, and also like honestly, like I just don't really have I don't care.
I'll be honest, the second one's better because you don't have to introduce anything and they just get right into like cool action stuff. But then again, it is really long and you feel it. So pros and cons.
Right. Yeah. No, I just I know it's controversial, but I'm just gonna wait until it gets on Disney Plus.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Everybody else has seen it. Congratulations.
So, yeah. And it's crossing some milestones. It doesn't seem like it's that popular and no one's really talking about it, but it's breaking records,
Yeah,
I
no,
guess.
it's making billions. It took all of Babylon's money.
Yeah, Babylon's doing, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, we'll talk about that at some other point. But right now, let's get into the countdown. We've been holding off for too long. Let's get into
Hmm.
this countdown. So my order is in order of which I saw the movies.
Okay.
Yours is sporadic, I guess, and you're
Very
just gonna
sporadic.
save your favorite till the end.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Do you want to go first or should I?
Um,
I don't think you're gonna like. Well, mine's kind of generic at first.
let's start with you.
Okay, so as like I said, I'm going in order of when it was released and or when I saw it. Usually when I saw it because it might have been released whatever. So, my first one is the Batman. I really like
Mm.
this one because of um because of the implications. Like it's a good setup for a universe. It's a good setup for the universe, but I think Robert Pattinson was awesome. He has a good mixture
Yeah.
of honestly, I'm going to say Christian Bale and Val Kilmer because Val Kilmer's Batman is incredibly strange. Like actually, if you
Uh-huh.
watch it, he took it very awkwardly,
Oh
and
yeah.
it
It's
was
a very
intentionally
weird,
like that. And
very
if
weird
you
Batman.
try to like look up documentaries or anything, interviews about that of how him actually talking about the character and how awkward it is, and how he struggles with like just being a person, like socially, it's like you can
Uh-huh.
tell that Robert Pattinson is taking so much from that. And there's just so much about this movie that I loved. It
Oh
didn't
yeah.
have to be a Batman movie for it to
No.
look as beautiful as it was. It could have just been a sweet detective movie that could have stood alone. It just happens to be a Batman movie, which is incredible. And I love
Hmm.
what Matt Reeves did with it. Matt Reeves is incredible. I love what he's always been doing
Hmm.
since Cloverfield.
Yeah. And the pallbearer.
I never saw the Paul Bear. Uh,
That's a good one though. That one was on my list, but I had a feeling that you were going to talk about it before me, so that's why I
It
moved
makes
it.
me feel. It reminds me how long last year was because I was like, wow, the Batman came
I
out
know.
last year, but
Yeah.
it was like February or something, right? Or March.
Nice.
Last year was really long.
Yeah. No. Like I was in California last year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like that's ridiculous. Oh my god, that felt like two and a half
Which
years ago.
when we saw Men, which is not on my list, but it made an
Yeah. Oh
impression.
no. Yeah. Right. So mine actually. Speaking of California movies that we saw together, my number 10 right now is Chip and Dale
Oh yeah,
Rescue Rangers.
that's a
I
good
know
one.
it's super weird. Like I shouldn't like people. Like I keep telling people to see it, and people look at me like an idiot.
Hmm.
But dude, when Elijah and I watched that movie, just from the trailer, like we
Yeah.
were already like, oh, this is a funny, unique take, and the Lonely Island know what they're doing.
Hmm.
But when you actually watch the movie, the entire time Elijah and I were watching, like we were laughing a lot, but we were also just like, how in the fuck did they do this? Like
Yeah.
it's like they had so many liberties and the things the way that they approach the source material is just it's ingenious. It's like I think that it's one of the most creative reboot movies I've seen in a long time,
Hmm.
and the best live action CGI hybrid movie I've seen as well in a very long time.
Hmm.
It's not nearly as good as Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but
Yeah.
it's complementing it so very well and while doing its own thing. And if you really like the Lonely Island, like their shorts and you just like nostalgia stuff and like it not take itself too seriously, this movie is so perfect. And it's also just a great family movie too, because there's stuff for adults and it's not pandering to children, but it's not like the humor's like not like too adult. I loved it. I think that
Yeah.
it's a great little movie, and I don't care what anybody says.
That was
Go
an
see
awesome time.
Avatar
Yeah.
2 again.
If you don't like it, yeah. All right, so my number 9 is a Netflix movie called Windfall.
Oh, good one. Good
Yeah,
one.
this one was directed by Charlie McDowell,
Mm-hmm.
and Jason Segel came up with the story as well with him.
Yeah.
So it was one
Mm-hmm.
of those movies where it's like, I don't know. It's very like, I don't know if ambiguous is the right word, but it's just like there's some. It's like you can interpret, like everyone can interpret this movie in so many ways. You can watch it 3 times, 3 different ways, and be like, I'm going to watch it from this way. I'm going to watch it from this way. I'm
Uh-huh.
going to watch it from this way. But it doesn't change anything in the movie like
Mm-hmm.
itself. But like your perspective of it really changes. It's really good. The only thing I
Yeah.
didn't like about it, I went into it skeptical, is they pitched it as a Hitchcockian thriller, which put me off a little bit. But I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought. So Windfall.
Yeah, dude. No, I absolutely love that movie. That movie is it's yeah. No, it's I'm loving this so far because you're saying movies that I really do
Yeah.
love and want to talk about, but I didn't know how to add them onto my list. So this is
Hmm.
perfect. No, Windfall is Jason Segel. Yeah, no, he's really killing it. I'm actually kind of growing facial hair like Jason Segel.
I could see it. Yeah, he does grow it like that. Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's great in it, and I just love how his character is so mysterious. You don't really understand what he's doing, and then when you
Yeah.
find out what he's doing, like they set it up in such a way where it is kind of like like you're grown because you're like, oh, dude, really, it's that, but it works because
Yeah.
it's just, and also Jesse Plemons, oh my god, he's still like one of the like hands down best actors out there,
Yeah.
and this is the best performance I've seen from Billy Collins too.
Yeah, this is like one of the only movies that I remember being like, like this is good.
Yeah,
I don't want to
it's no
remember her
Emily
as,
in Paris.
yeah, I don't want to remember her as Emily in Paris, but I can't
I
help but
can't
associate.
believe that show is still going on.
Yeah, I know.
I've literally heard nothing but bad things
I know.
from everybody.
It's
I
because
think
everyone, it just
Netflix is
gets
just,
eyes. It just gets eyes. They don't
yeah,
care
I
if it's
guess
good or
so.
bad.
Yeah, that's true. And people are talking about it, and people I guess are watching it. So
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Windfall is a great pick. And if I were you, I would watch the one I love because that movie is really spectacular. The
Mhm.
discovery is it's whatever. Okay, my number 9. Let's go with Hustle. The Adam Sandler
That one's so
movie.
good. It's not on
Yeah.
my list, but I like that one a
I'm
lot.
surprised about that because
I
that's the
know.
most literally Hustle is the most Elijah movie
It
I've ever seen in my
is.
entire life. It's
Yeah.
basketball, it's Adam Sandler, it's like Rocky meets Jerry Maguire.
Hmm.
It's a perfect Adam Sandler
Yeah.
performance. Like Uncut Gems, like yeah, he got to like really like go insane, and Punch Drunk Love, he got to like do like what he usually did, but in a much more serious and toned down way.
Hmm.
Spanglish is whatever, but this movie and Funny People, like
Hmm.
I think are two of his best performances because he's just so he plays the role of like somebody that's down on their luck but not giving up. Like it's something that's so inspiring
Yeah.
about it, and he's amazing. And the other, what's the basketball player's name?
His name's Juancho Hernan Gomez.
Dude, that mother also is like
Yeah.
the way that they casted actual athletes.
Yeah.
You think it's gonna go like Space Jam, where the acting is gonna be super cringe, but it's not. Like
Yeah.
everybody does a really great job, and like half of the cast. Like I watched it with a friend of mine who you met when we were in California. She was like, she's like, oh, that's a basketball player. That's a basketball player.
Yeah.
I
And
was
you're
like,
like,
really? I was like,
yeah.
like they're doing like a fucking great job. Like
Yeah.
like the person that directed it killed it. Like
Yeah.
they everybody did a fantastic job on that. And the
Yeah.
fact that Adam Sandler didn't get at least nominated for a Golden Globe, I think is
Mhm.
absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, the main two basketball players in that were Minnesota Timberwolves at the time, and one of them still is. But I'm just super proud of that. It should have been on my list, but I enjoyed it thoroughly. Its rewatchability is through the roof for me, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
just and it's on Netflix, so it's accessible, and I can rewatch it all the time. But yeah, that's a good pick. I like
Yeah,
that
I
one a lot too.
love that movie. And just you know what, like hands down, like Adam Sandler's doing such good shit with his career right now. You can tell that
Mhm.
he's definitely now like, okay, I've made enough money. I've done enough movies for
Yeah.
myself. I want the awards now.
So I have number 8 is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Ooh, 8.
Well, it's just an order of viewing. It's
All
not
right.
top 10. It's just counting down of when I
Oh,
saw them.
dude, I love that movie. Love it.
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot, so everyone knows why I love that movie, but it's super innovative. The directors are awesome. I love how they went from music videos into actual crazy movies. So,
Yeah, we'll
Everything
talk about
Everyone
that
Wants.
more later because I definitely have that on my list.
Okay.
Um, let's go with
Mhm.
this is number 8, right?
Yes.
Or this is number 7. 8.
8.
Okay. Let's go with okay, this one, like you and I talked about it before, and I kind of gave it a mixed review at first, but I watched it again on accident and
Mhm.
I just loved it. Like I was like, I changed my mind. This movie's a masterpiece. And it's a Vengeance, the
Yeah.
BJ Novak movie. Like I at first when I watched it, because the ending just threw me off so much. And I was like, man, that ending sucked. But then when I rewatched the movie, the ending is freaking like the entire movie, like the way that he set it up, it's a movie that is just like all about regret, and it's not about like, it's not like this mystery movie that you think it's going to be. It's just it's about this guy falling in love with somebody who he's never going to ever meet again, and it's really heartbreaking. Like, it's like, even though it's the BJ Novak is the writer of The Office, and the movie does have really, really funny moments and really great lines, it's a freaking heartbreaking movie.
Yeah.
And like, it's definitely not it's not a crowd pleaser. Like, the ending of the movie, like, you're definitely like, oh wow, okay,
Yeah.
like this is something that's going to stay with him and haunt him
Yeah.
for the rest of his life. Like, it's like very like unforgivable stuff. And not just that, I cannot believe I'm saying this, like, these words are coming out of my mouth, but this is the best performance that Ashton Kutcher has ever given.
Why would you say you can't believe that? Well,
Because he's been awful.
yeah, exactly. He's been awful, so he doesn't have a high bar.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, this movie is like his whale. Like
Yeah.
honestly, like, the monologues he gives and the way that he like talks,
He's
and
cool, yeah.
it's amazing. Like, he doesn't even really look
He's
or,
really,
or
it's
sound
because
like
he's
himself.
calm. He's a calm guy in the movie. He's not calm.
That's true.
His characters are never really that calm.
But this movie, I think it's just great writing and directing. I think BJ Novak
Yeah.
just knew how to rein him in, and like,
Yeah.
he was like, in interviews that I saw of him, like, they were talking about Ashton Kutcher. He was like, well, he gave me my first job, so I wanted to give him like a really good movie, because he hasn't really like people, like, the Hollywood hasn't really utilized him like they should. And I agree. Like, the only other movie I can think of that I liked Ashton Kutcher in was No Strings Attached.
Yeah.
But
That
even
was
that
fun.
movie, like, he's just really playing himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I loved the movie, and the mystery, like, even though you can kind of see where it's going towards the end, that ending, I swear to you, you're gonna be like, oh, whoa, and it's you're gonna be very mixed about it. And I just thought that it was really, I thought that it was really well made.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if people are gonna. I don't know if how many people have seen this one, but it's an HBO movie. It premiered on HBO. This is called The Survivor. Did you hear about this one? It's with Ben Foster, Danny DeVito,
Mm.
Billy Magnuson. It's about Harry Haft, and it's like a true story how he
Yeah,
has to.
DeVito, huh?
Yeah, he has to become a boxer in a what's it called? In a concentration camp. It's really crazy, and it's by Barry Levinson.
Oh, what? This is just getting better and better.
You can call it artsy in a way, but it's just such a, and it's really long, but the movie itself is had me feeling like everything. And I think Ben Foster is incredibly underrated, and I think he does a beautiful job in this movie. And like, it's another one of those things where you're like, really, they cast Danny DeVito as the corner guy in a boxing ring as a trainer? Like, you want to, like, that's pretty goofy, but it worked for me, and I thought the movie was incredible.
Nice.
Yeah, The Survivor and Elvis. We've talked about Elvis a lot, so those are my 7 and 6.
That's perfect, because I wanted to talk about Elvis next. Elvis, I think, is originally Elvis was like top tier for me, but then I watched it again and I was like, it's still really good.
Yeah.
But the first time I saw it, it blew me away, because I had literally, I had the lowest of the expectations seeing this movie.
Right.
And my buddy Jeremiah, he was like, let's go see it, and I was like, I guess, but I mean, like, I
he
really
was like,
don't.
let's go see it.
I showed him the trailer, because like the night before, like, I showed him the trailer because he didn't even know the Elvis movie was coming out. And the main thing I wanted to show him was like, Tom Hanks looks like he looks so bad in this movie. But then he watched the trailer and he was like, oh, Justin, that looks bloody fantastic. He's like, we got to go see that tomorrow. And I was like, I guess, all right. And then, like, just from like the beginning, when Tom Hanks is like doing his like little narration, like whatever voice that he's doing, immediately I was like, yep, movie is gonna be awful. And then right when you see Austin Butler, and right when he starts singing, and the way that he just is, I was like, oh, I love this so much.
It's disorientingly a good film.
And then in the way like Baz Luhrmann too directed it, I think was great, because there's a lot of people that are like, because people take their Elvis very seriously.
Oh yeah.
And so a lot of people, like our review of it, didn't it? Like we
Yeah.
got, yeah,
It's our most viewed video.
that's hilarious. But people are like, oh my God, this is like, I study Elvis. Like this is not how that happened. This is not that happened. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, Baz Luhrmann directed this. The guy that did Moulin Rouge.
Uh-huh.
Of course, it's not going to go the way that, and it's from, I think the great approach that they did with it is that it's not in Elvis's perspective. It's this other guy who is trying to control him. It's his story, and the way that he's trying to make himself look good by, even though he doesn't, he makes himself look worse and worse. But I think it's just a great approach, and I think that Baz Luhrmann did a great job, and just Austin Butler, man. Like I haven't seen The Whale yet, so I've only seen like one clip of The Whale in the trailer, of course. And I do think that Brendan Fraser is most likely going to get it, but it's either him or Austin Butler. Ooh, excuse me, I almost just died. But yeah, no, the Austin Butler freaking kills it. Even though I gotta say, Tom Hanks, his performance, this is the worst performance I've ever seen him give. Like with Austin Butler.
Yeah, I've had a lot of conversations recently about Tom Hanks, and I've been telling people Tom Hanks hasn't been intriguing since like 2010 or something.
Yeah,
like,
really. Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
His last like actual like, oh, that was an okay role, was Captain Phillips, but he didn't do anything extraordinary with that. The movie itself was just very stressful. It's just a stressful movie itself, so it's just a good movie. But Tom Hanks wasn't a good, like, he wasn't the best part of that movie.
Yeah. And The Bridge of Spies too. Like he's just like, it's like, okay, let's just get Tom Hanks and he's just gonna talk for a bit.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. So I did 7 and 6. You did 7. What is your 6?
My number 6. Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Yay!
Yes. Yeah. No. That's another movie that, like, at first I was like, I don't know how I feel about this ending. Yeah. Then I watched it again. I was like, this movie's freaking brilliant, because, like, not really spoiler, but I mean, like, it's like it's not what you think it is. And like, it's so funny that some people, like, their reviews of it is like, oh my God, this movie, the marketing was terrible. Like it was trying to be Scream, but it's not. It's nothing like that. It's like, you guys are so stupid. You guys are not even realizing that it's making fun of you. Yeah. Like, you're the reason. Like, the movie. Of course, there's not really. I can't really say anything without spoiling it. But
yeah, Bodies is a good one.
It's great, and the cast is amazing. If you like Pete Davidson, he's in it for
he's in it.
He's in it for a wee bit. Also, little shout out, even though it's not making my list, but I mean, like, Meet Cute as well was not
honorable mention.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not the best movie, but I think that he is taking a kind of a smart approach with his career right now.
But you and I are excited for that new show he's coming out with,
Bumpkiss, because
they released that footage with Joe Pesci. It looks wonderful.
Just Joe Pesci, man. I just want Joe Pesci smoking a cigarette and singing Earth Angel.
That was crazy. His voice is insane.
With Brad Garrett too, sitting there, and like they're all smoking cigarettes, and like just the entire thing. I was like, what is this gonna be? Yeah, this looks interesting. But yeah, so Bodies, 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 amazing. And also shout out to Rachel Sennett giving one of the best performances of the year. Yeah. And one of the funniest lines. And it's also one of those movies that's like, it is pretty woke, and it has like the all-female cast. But it's not in your face, It's like and it has things to say about our generation without it being like, oh my God, these kids these days. It's like, you could tell it's like directed by people of our generation. It's very much like Shiva Baby, where you can tell it's like not talking down to us.
Yeah, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is good. It's good. Does a good job of doing that.
Oh yeah. No, it's fantastic. It's one of my faves. One of the faves.
So now we've made it to our top 5, right? This is a top 5. Yes. My next one is a documentary called Marcel the Shell with Shoes On.
Oh my God, that's what I want to see so bad.
So I recently watched an interview with Darren Aronofsky. I think he was on Jimmy Fallon or something. And he was talking about The Whale, and he was talking about how people could tell what a good movie was is if it made you cry. And he was like, #cry together, and that's what he wants The Whale to do. So I'm excited to cry in The Whale, but Marcel the Shell with Shoes On made me cry a couple times
The
because
trailer just made me cry.
it's such a soft movie about life.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it. Uh, it was just very, very incredible. I would recommend it. And the guy who made it, I think his name is Dean. Dean Fleischer Camp. He's making the new live action Lilo and Stitch. So we'll see how that goes. But
Oh.
if you watch Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, you'll have a little hope.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're thinking Disney is probably going to drop the ball.
Yeah,
But
most likely.
I'm going to trust Dean, the director.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens because the movie's beautiful. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On.
I definitely want to see that one.
Yeah.
All right, my number 5 is going to be The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Yay!
Yes. If Hustle is Elijah's like Elijah in a movie, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is Justin in a movie. Like
yes,
I can't
is.
like I've heard from multiple people. Did you write this movie? Like are you the one that did this and like you just didn't take credit for it? Because like it's like it is my dream movie. Like I can't imagine like the ending of the movie definitely it takes a nosedive a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of overstays its welcome a tad. But the relationship between Nicolas Cage's character and Pedro Pascal is just so infectious. Like when you're watching it, like you just can't help but smile, and their chemistry is so good, and it's honestly the most relaxed I've ever seen Nicolas Cage too.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this one scene where I just knew I freaking loved the movie. And even though the movie didn't make that much money in the box office, which is a shame, there's this one scene that's so bizarre, and it's Nicolas Cage talking to a young Nicolas Cage, and he calls him Nicky. Mm-hmm. And they're at this bar, and Nicky's like telling him like, you got to be a fucking action star, and then he gets him up, and then he just starts making out with him.
Yeah,
Nicolas Cage making out with himself. It's just it blows your mind.
The last line of that scene is incredible, though.
Oh yeah.
Tell him Nick Cage kiss is good.
Yeah, Smooch is good.
Smooch is good.
Oh yeah, so good. It's the one of the funniest. It's definitely one of my. It's in my top 100 favorite movies of all time. Like it's a good comfort movie, and if you, I would keep telling people too. If you like Nicolas Cage, this movie's perfect for you. But even if you don't like Nicolas Cage, this movie's still perfect for you because it's not like it's one of those movies where it's like a fever dream. Like it's insane. It's not like Being John Malkovich where it's like really just trippy. But Being John Malkovich doesn't like it talks about John Malkovich's career, but it's not about him. It's about these weirdos doing some weird things. This movie's just critiquing Nicolas Cage's work and his entire career, and the fact that he is just so game on making fun of himself is just absolutely amazing. Like I really think this is one of his best performances because he just lets loose. Nicolas Cage is just one of the greatest actors of all time. Also, I can't wait to see him play Dracula. Did you see the trailer for that movie?
Did you see the trailer?
Oh, dude, that movie looks hilarious.
Yeah.
I just love how they don't show him too much.
Yeah.
But also, I'm just glad to see Nicholas Hoult in a movie that's not like stupid. I mean, this movie it looks stupid, but I mean, like I just like seeing him have fun and not like the last movie that I saw of him that I liked was I think Warm Bodies.
Oh yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah, he's been pretty low key. He did some TV stuff, but yeah, that's yeah.
Any hootie, but yeah, no, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Go see it if you still haven't. Literally one of the funniest movies of the year and maybe of all time.
Let's see. Okay, so my number 4 is Funny Pages. Do you remember me talking about this one?
Seen that? Yes, that's on my list. I want to see it so very badly.
It's about a comic book writer in New York, I think, or Jersey or somewhere in the East Coast, and he befriends another person who worked in the comic book industry, and it's just such a dark, like it's a dark comedy. Yeah, you'll know that based on the first 10 minutes of the movie. You'll be like, oh, this is what I'm in for, because you experience like everything you're going to experience in the movie in the first 10 minutes. Like that's like, if you can make it through the first 10 minutes, you'll make it through the whole movie. And
so it's like a make or break.
Yeah, like if you don't walk out in the first 10 minutes from discomfort and just everything that happened, you're just like, okay.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm excited.
For me, it was a moment of like, I was so stunned that I was sitting there for another 10 minutes, and then like the whole movie continued, and I was like, okay,
I
okay,
guess I'm doing this. I love
yes,
that kind of.
but it was
That's how
yeah,
I felt
it was so
when
good.
I saw it's not my list, but when I saw Fresh, that's how I felt.
I had like 15 movies on my list, and I cut it down to 10.
Yeah,
Fresh was on my list too. I
yeah,
cut it.
it's a good honorable mention.
Yeah, Fresh is good. If you haven't seen that, it's on Hulu.
Hmm.
What's your number 4, Justin?
Number 4, I'm gonna go with this movie. It's a little movie that nobody like. People were talking about it for a split second, but not really that much anymore. But it's called Cha Cha Real Smooth. I don't
Okay,
know if you heard
Apple.
of
Was
that.
that an Apple movie?
Apple TV Plus. I hate Apple TV, but whatever.
I'm surprised that made it on here. Wow.
Well,
I mean, an
so
Apple TV project made it on your thing though. That's surprising.
oh, dude, no, I got Apple TV now because
Oh, good.
yeah, no, I have
There's a
another.
lot coming. Yeah.
There's another honorable mention though. Like I know you're gonna make fun of me for it, but
Did you? Is it Spirited?
yes, it is.
Yeah, I fell asleep watching that, not because I was disinterested, but when the parts I watched, I loved it, and the people I watched it with loved it, and
Oh, dude,
it was really enjoyable from what I saw. I tried to watch it
it
twice,
is.
but I fell asleep
It's
twice.
it's such a cute movie.
Yeah, I really want to
Cha
watch this again.
Cha Cha Real Smooth is like this movie written, directed, and starring this guy Cooper Reef. I can't remember exactly how to say his name. And he also did this other movie called Shithouse forever ago. He's definitely one of those guys where you could tell he doesn't have a lot of range, but he surrounds himself with really, really great supporting actors. And one of them being the best performance I've seen in probably of the year is Dakota Johnson. He's a bar mitzvah DJ. Like he's like a party starter. Like he gets people like dancing and stuff. And he's like,
Okay, a hype man.
yeah, basically. And he is just drinking, like he's just an alcoholic too. He's just like a out of college, not knowing what to do. And then he meets this girl who's Dakota Johnson. She's like this unstable mother who has this autistic daughter, and she likes him with the autistic daughter. And so she's kind of like, hey, if you want like to help me out, like while my husband is away and doing all his business, that'd be really cool. And of course, like a little romance sparks up, and she's like, it can definitely be in the category of like manic pixie dream girl, but her performance is so good. Like I did not think that she was I didn't think she was capable of delivering a performance like this. And Brad Garrett's in it as
Yeah.
well, and he plays his stepdad. And oh my god, like that's the dynamic between Cooper's character and Brad Garrett is just hilarious. And Leslie Mann plays his mom. Like there's a lot of stuff. Like the entire movie, I watched it with a friend of mine, and we were like the first, like I think it was like the first 20 minutes, we were like, oh no, we're gonna cry. And we definitely did, because it hits some pretty deep. And like I know there's some criticisms about like, you know, like this guy writing, directing, and starring his own movie, and Dakota Johnson being just in love with him. It's just kind of like, okay, really?
Oh, people always do that. Yeah.
But it's the approach. Like if you ride the wave, the approach to it is actually, it's very realistic. It's one of the most realistic movies that I've seen about like these like people that you meet in your life, where they, even though it's not going to last, and there's this like connection that's always going to stick with you, you know, and it forever, not really changes you, but it just impacts your life in a certain way, even if it's not permanent. And that's what I think that the movie does really, really well. So yeah, Cha Cha Real Smooth.
Wow. Yeah. I only saw like one teaser of that, and I thought it was about the creation of the cha-cha.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not gonna lie. I'm not lying.
it was a like honestly, it was like one of the most random movies, because I saw Shithouse forever ago, and I like Shithouse, and I just saw Dakota Johnson, I saw Leslie Mann, and I was like, okay, yeah, you know what,
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot. And just immediately, like once the movie started, I was like, oh, this movie's like it's really funny as well. Like the lines that this guy writes are like really, like it's really clever, and the way that he interacts with the kids too, because he doesn't give a. There's this part where like it's like a bat mitzvah, like he's doing bat mitzvahs. He literally plays a wop. He plays wet
Yeah.
and like just dancing with these kids, and the moms are just super pissed, and they're like, they go over to him, and they're like, are you drinking vodka? Because he has this vodka and this water bottle, It's hilarious, even though it's like really sad. It's pathetic, but it's hilarious. And like, yeah, no, I and his performance is like quirky enough to like pass it. But the main star though is Dakota Johnson. She's just absolutely amazing in it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it. I'm done.
Oh yeah. Okay. So my number 3 is The Menu. I was surprised by
Oh, I
this.
want to see that.
Yeah, there's a lot that there's still, yeah, like Justin said, there's still a lot we all have to see, but The Menu surpassed my expectations because I thought I knew what this movie was going to be, and I feel like we all watch the trailer and we all think we know what's going to be, kind of thing. Like we all have this idea of like, oh, I'm not going to see this for so and so because I know it's going to do this or sort of thing. I thought that, and and when I went into the movie, by the end of it, I was greatly pleased with the outcome of everything that happened. I like that I didn't know what was going to happen next the entire time, and I like the characters. Like you said, Nicholas Holt. You want him to do something really good.
Oh, is he in that?
Really good in this. Yeah, he plays a really good.
Nice.
He's a pretentious food guy,
Good.
and he's on a date with Anya Taylor-Joy, and it's really good.
I know you like her.
Yeah, it's a good. And Ray Fiennes. Ray Fiennes is really incredible in this.
Yeah.
He plays a high-end chef. If you don't know what The Menu is, it's just a couple goes to this high-end chef that's super super exclusive to the top like 0.01% of people, and things just start to go crazy and people start dying, and there's all a reason for it, and you kind of wonder why the whole way. It's just a mystery. It's really good.
Nice. Yeah, no, I definitely need to see that. That's on HBO Max now, right?
It has premiered on HBO Max. Yes.
Nice. Barbarian.
Yay! That was on my list. Had to cut it. Honorable mention. Though I'm glad you said it.
Barbarian is just like what you said. You think, just like we said about The Menu, you think you know where it's going, and you try to be like pretentious movie snob about it. You're like, oh man, it's gonna be this kind of movie, and then it takes a fucking turn, and you're just like, you're along for the ride. And even though the movie is super disturbing, it's freaking disturbing as hell. It is horrifying, but it is also the probably like Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is the second funniest movie of the year, but this movie is definitely the funniest movie of the year. Like there are scenes in this movie that are just so stupid, and characters make dumb decisions, but it's so self-aware where you forgive it. And like and Justin Long, man, like the character, he's hard to watch. He does some despicable things. He says some awful, horrible, no good, very bad things. He accuses something that's terrible and really hard to watch. But damn it, dude, his performance is so funny. Like he's
awesome,
just he's such an idiot, and it's great seeing him just bumble around and have fake boobs in his face. It's just hilarious. But Zach Cregger,
I think, Zach Cregger, I think did a really great job at this, because I think the best way I just want to describe this movie as it is a studio risk, like a studio movie.
Oh
risk. Yeah, and I think that's my way to describing it for people who are like, especially what is this movie? It's like it's Disney. A risky thing to release for technically it's under Disney now. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, no, and the fact that they because it's Searchlight, so I mean like, and that's like it's
Disney like the independence, Fox. Yeah.
But I mean, like the fact that they did like Searchlight, even though it's an independent company, it's still a pretty big independent company.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So they like the fact that they like, and for a horror movie too, like this caliber, that's not a Jason Blum, Blumhouse thing. Yeah. I think that like they did a great job at marketing this and having it just be that word of mouth where people were like, "Oh, dude, you have to go see this movie." And literally every single person that after I saw the movie, every single person that I've talked to, I'm like, you have to see it. And they're like, well, what's it about? And I was like, I can't tell you. I can't tell you anything about it. And every single time they come back to me and they're just like, what the was that, dude? But nobody.
Yeah, the caveman description, I would say, is a woman in a basement in a house. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, basically. No, that movie's amazing.
Okay, so now we're on number 2. This one is right up my alley, and I liked it a lot more. Like I saw the trailer and I was like, oh yeah, I'm probably gonna like that movie. But this movie made me cry like 4 times. Is The Fabelmans. Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans. If you grew up wanting to make movies or grew up enjoying movies, if you grew up having any inclination of wanting to know what movies were, this movie is for you, because the way it feels like you're watching kind of your childhood in a way. When he's doing movies and stuff, it's a semi-autobiographical movie by Steven Spielberg, and it's about his childhood. It's incredible. the way he depicts him discovering movies is just, you can tell that why he's been around for like, what is it, 50 years? How long
Yeah,
has he
pretty
been making
much
movies?
since the '60s. So yeah,
It's insane.
late '60s.
The Fabelmans is incredible. 2.5 hours. I didn't mind. I didn't care. Like, it was so good.
How
Uh,
was Seth Rogen in it?
he's good. He's not over the top. He plays a really good role, a crucial role in the movie, and he brings a lot of heart to it. But I saw the Fabelmans. I think it was uh, Avatar and Babylon all in the same week.
Holy shit! Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say the same day. I
No,
was like, what the
that was
fuck?
a long week of movies. It was like 3 consecutive days, and I was like, these are all long movies.
Yeah, dude. I first I thought you were gonna say that was the day that you had, and I was like, that
No,
is insane. You must have lost your mind.
yeah, that would have been exhausting. I did it in a week, but
Yeah,
those
no,
are all
that's
2.5 hour plus movies. Almost all 3 hour
yeah.
plus. Like, it's insane. But Fablemans
Hmm.
is incredible, beautiful. Uh,
So I just watched this movie, but I still love it. Is Glass Onion.
yay, that one's good.
Yeah.
It's not on my top, but I did enjoy it a lot.
I at first like the trailers and stuff. Like I think you and I talked about the trailers made me worried. I was like, okay, this is going really wacky.
Mhm.
It's like now a comedy. Like Knives Out, it was funny, but it was very uh uh it had a specific tone.
Yeah,
But right when the promotional stuff for Glass Onion came out, I was like, oh no, we're going full wacky.
yeah,
And then the first like 10 minutes I was watching the movie and I was once again trying to be pretentious movie guy and be like, this
yeah.
isn't like the first one. But then like I just got this grin on my face when they were like opening that box and Kate Hudson just being like all wacky. I was like, I love this movie. And then right when you see Daniel Craig, like his opening scene in the bathtub. Yeah, no, I thought this movie, like after a while, like I thought this movie was freaking genius, like from start to finish. And
Mhm.
honestly, I think Knives Out is a better movie, but this movie is so much more entertaining
Yeah.
with like these cast of characters that are just so freaking entertaining. Like it's so funny. And I just gotta give a special shout out to Dave Bautista. I think that he is just killing it. Like he's
Yeah.
taking The Rock for his money, dude. The
Well,
Rock
yeah,
has
that's going
nothing on
around right
him.
now. Have you seen those
Yeah.
interviews where he's like, I'm not trying to be The Rock. I'm trying to be a good actor.
Yeah, yeah, no, and you know what? He's not wrong. I know
It's
that
true.
people
Because,
people
yeah,
took that as a diss, but it's like
it's, I
at
mean,
least he's trying.
yeah,
He's taking these roles where
you would
like,
never see Dwayne Johnson now, maybe 10,
mhm,
maybe 15 years ago, but
yeah,
now he would never do a movie like Blade Runner. He would never do a movie like
no.
um, Glass Onion at all.
Well, especially like movies like this because he doesn't want to be the sidelines, like in the sidelines. He wants to be. I am the Rock. People
He's
are
a
seeing this
company.
movie for
Yeah.
me.
He's a company now. He won't.
Yeah, which sucks because I mean, like I remember when Southland Tales and like Walking Tall, like
Yeah.
his performances
That's what I
aren't
mean. Like
bad,
everything
you
early
know.
fifth or like 15 years ago, he was incredible. Like
Hmm.
Walking Tall and what was that other one that he did that was kind of similar to that one? Oh, The Rundown. I like The
Oh, the
Rundown too.
rundown. Yeah, the rundown's great.
Incredible.
But even though those movies, like, it's still like the same persona that he was doing, but there's like something about him that's like a little more willing to like, take some chances, like some minor chances. But yeah, no, but I just want to do a special shout out to him. But also Daniel Craig, man.
Mhm.
I just love that he is just embracing this role now and like this new version of himself. I was just talking to my
Yeah,
coworker about
his post Bond era is going to be very interesting.
it's amazing. Like he's doing a
He's
great
just
job.
really wanting to get out of that contract and just
Yeah.
start doing movies like this.
I was talking to my coworker about this movie and he was like, I did not like his James Bond, honestly, didn't even think of him as that good of an actor. But he was like, ever since I saw Knives Out,
Right.
I was like, okay, you know what? I think I do like this guy. I like him. I like him more not being serious. I like him being like freaking wacky and just like
Mhm.
not taking himself seriously. And the twists and turns in Glass Onion are just like, even though they're super, super over the top,
Yeah.
it's like the writing I think is still really, really good, even if like it can be outlandish. Like it's
Yeah.
definitely like I said, it's not like Knives Out. Like it
Yeah.
has the same character, the
I
same,
mean, that's what
but
he wants too. So, because he's always compared it to those, to the, shh, who is the author that Agatha
Oh,
Christie
Agatha
books?
Christie. Yeah,
They're all
yeah.
drastically different. It's just there's
Mm-hmm.
one. It's just all the same detective. So.
Well, yeah, and it reminded me, like, his character especially reminds me of Columbo. I don't know if you've ever seen
Oh yeah.
Columbo,
Mhm.
like where he just acts so dumb to the point where he gets the people very comfortable around him to be like, ah, whatever, and then he just freaking like he's just like, I got you, like
Yeah.
you really thought it was gonna be that easy, freaking
Yeah.
idiot. But yeah, no, I loved it. I think Daniel Craig is amazing,
Did
and
you look
Ryan
up
Johnson is.
Did you look up the like the extra cameos and stuff in it? Like, you know
Oh
how
yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in every single movie of his?
Oh, is Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it?
Yeah, he's in every single Ryan Johnson movie. He's in this one too.
That's hilarious.
He's the gong at the time in the whole building. He's the one saying
Huh.
gong. That's
That's
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. So yeah, Netflix's Glass Onion. So know what you thought. So let's see. I'm gonna say my number one now, Justin.
sure.
And I saw this on the last day of the year. Noah Baumbach's White Noise came out on
Oh,
Netflix on the last day of the year, and I texted you.
that's your favorite movie?
No, it's just the order of. I don't
Oh,
have a favorite of the year.
oh, right, right, right,
Counting
right,
down.
right,
Mine's
right,
just
right.
counting down of when I saw
I
them.
keep forgetting.
This movie is a horror movie, a road trip comedy, family comedy slash like I don't know. This movie goes over so many things and it does it so well. And the end credits are worth the price of admission.
Hmm.
Um, I wish I saw this movie in theaters because there's this one scene. If you don't know, White Noise is about this family. I think it's in the. I'm not sure when it takes place, but they experience an airborne toxic event through an accident, and they all have to flee their house, and it just ruins the whole family over time. And some like it's just hard to explain because that's just the beginning of the movie.
Hmm.
So you have to watch it.
I
It's
do like Noah
incredible.
Baumbach.
It's incredible. Um, I haven't had a chance to rewatch it yet, but it's insane. I love the
Nice.
performances. I've never really liked Adam Driver up until this point, honestly. I didn't like him in
You
Marriage Story. I didn't like him in
Aw.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't really like him in much. I was impressed, but I haven't been a fan of his. I was a fan of
Right.
him after this.
Yeah. You should watch have you ever seen What If
Yeah.
with Daniel Radcliff? I
That one was
love
pretty
him.
fun.
I love
Yeah.
him in that movie.
I like
Just
that
had
one.
sex and I'm gonna eat nachos.
Yeah.
The best day of my life.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a good one. I have not seen. I watched like the first 10 minutes of White Noise, and then I go to work.
Oh
And
man.
just the first 10 minutes, I was like, okay, this is pretty fun.
Yeah.
I love Don Cheadle too. Don Cheadle, just in the
There's
beginning, I was like,
one scene in the entire. There's one scene in the movie, I'll say, where Adam Driver gets gas. It's one of the most scary scenes I've ever seen.
really?
Yeah, like my heart was beating. I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, it's hard to explain without actually seeing it. But when
It's
he
one of
comes,
those movies
it's
too,
the
where
only.
it's like
Yeah, it's
unfilmable. Like they said the book is like unfilmable.
yeah, it's very bizarre. Oh, interesting. Yeah, because it's based on a book. It made me interested in the book, but it's very bizarre and it's good. And I
Interesting.
can kind of tell that from the visuals of the movie. But
Mm-hmm.
you should watch it and let me know what you think.
I will. All righty. My number one, we already talked about it a little bit, is Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing. I think I think that this is like one of one of the best, most creative movies of all time. Like I just think that it's such a unique, crazy, wild, weird, bizarre, hilarious movie. And like it has action, it has romance, it has just all these like things. It's like about family, it's about culture, it's got all in it. It's about doing taxes. And and it's just about life. And I just
It's
loved it. Like
awesome.
it's a great movie, and like just the performances too are absolutely insane. Everybody's great in this. And Ki Kwan from Temple of Doom, like he's absolutely amazing. Of course, Michelle Yeoh,
Mhm.
she carries the entire movie. Even though at first her character is not really the most likable.
I don't think she's supposed to
Um,
be.
yeah, and that's what I was just gonna say. She's
Got an
not,
arc.
because I watched the movie with a friend of mine, and she was like, she's homophobic as I was like, I think that's the point. I think we got.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I think we got to do. You know what? This is a wild concept. I think we got to finish the movie. I think there's something. I think this is gonna come back at some way. There's so many things in this movie. Like, this movie's insane. Like, it's like, and the fact that like this is like the multiverse movie that we all needed, that isn't a Marvel or DC.
Yeah, it came out the same year as Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. This is the multiverse movie you should watch.
Exactly. No, it really
Jamie Lee Curtis said that too. She's like, don't go see that, go see this one. And then they're like, would you work with Marvel? She's like, sure. And they're like, really? After you said that, she's like, yeah.
Yeah. The way these guys just talk about life while being completely out of their minds is just brilliant, and I love it. And I haven't seen a movie this year that affected me like Everything Everywhere All at Once did. So boom, mic drop.
It's an incredible one. Yeah, that was 20 plus movies that we just talked about. Woo!
I think even if we saw The Whale, that it wouldn't be making our list too.
I have no idea, but like I am gonna end up seeing movies that carry over into this year, and I'm like, there might be one that I'm like, I can't put that on my list because I technically didn't see it.
I know there's still movies that I want to see, and like, you know,
mine's like a time capsule of like, well, these are the ones I saw in that year.
Right. Yeah. I guess that's true. But yeah, no, that I really want to see The Whale though, even though like I know, because I saw the play, so I know what I'm getting myself into. I know what happens in it, and the play is like, it's pretty hard to watch. And the fact, like, the reviews that I've read, like, or just seen, and everyone's just like, there's no adaptation. Like, it's literally from stage to like they just filmed it. That has me just like worried. But they're like, Brendan Fraser's of course is good, but I mean, like, because the play, it's definitely a play. You know?
Have you seen dialogue. That there's that James Corden said that he was originally supposed to play it with Tom Ford directing it?
Yeah, I did see that. I'm glad.
And he keeps talking. He's like, also, I almost played Samwise Gamgee in The Lord of the Rings, but I didn't get it. It's like, why are you putting this out there for these alternate timelines to branch out now? It's like, come on, and we don't need to know that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
like, you didn't get that role for a reason.
Yeah, don't stop digging yourself in a hole, James Corden.
Stop saying you're not a good actor and not getting roles.
People already don't like you, and you're making it very hard to like you sometimes. I've been trying to defend him. Like, I defended him on the prom when he got nominated for the Golden Globe, and everyone was like,
I defended him a lot too. I'm like, with the carpool karaoke, I defended him. I'm like, are people really upset that he's not actually driving?
Yeah, who cares?
Like, that's how Hollywood works. You're technically not supposed to drive in Hollywood because it's illegal and film.
But then he does it, like, you know, the restaurant fiasco, and like,
oh yeah, that place is good.
Just him talking sometimes too. I'm just like, okay, you're making it really hard to defend you. I'm gonna go back to defending Jimmy Fallon. At least Jimmy Fallon is likable. He's annoying, but he's
at least he laughs at my jokes.
He laughs at my jokes. That's all that matters. I almost sound like Jerry Seinfeld right there. Yeah. He laughs at my jokes.
So those were our top of the year. Hopefully we get to do standalone reviews for these movies that we haven't I think we're gonna watch soon, like Babylon.
Yeah,
hopefully The Whale.
We'll probably
all
do
these
big Babylon, The Whale.
All the ones we've been hoping to see and talk about, because like we said, me and Justin haven't talked about movies in like 3 months, except through passing. So happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Happy boob year.
Join us next week when we talk about our most anticipated of 2023, which is this year. All the movies coming out this year. Should be an exciting time. Should be a good year of movies, hopefully. Follow Justin on social media and let him to find out when he's doing shows.
Follow me on Instagram. Call me an I don't care.
Do it.
I won't cry.
So let us know what you guys are watching. What were your favorites of the year, of last year? Follow us on all things social media, Spotify. I don't know, wherever you listen to us. Thank you for listening. And join us next week for another episode. We're glad to be back. Happy New Year, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.